Keep it moving, never see the red light. All my niggas addicted to the fast life. Getting paper, never looking back twice. I don't get tired of doing this every night. Look, my name's Coop, know you heard about it.
I couldn't leave 2017 without catching up with the dynamic duo Paid In America. The group consists of artist and rapper Coop and producer last name Good. The two did a major tour in 2017 and I finally got a chance to catch up with them. On today's episode of the XO Effect, we get to follow the two on their journey on how they collabed together in the first place, what it really means to say fuck that job, and how you two can get paid in America.
Keep it moving, never see the red light. All my niggas addicted to the fast life.
It's been a crazy 2017, and I'm super excited to have you guys here.
Get everybody but us.
Oh my God. No, but see, that's not kinda, but see, he's interviewed me a lot of times. Good has interviewed me at least 3 times. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
In really good circumstances. I was coming up with a lot of new stuff, and it's actually kind of cool that I get to talk. I get to do your job right now.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
And for you, I always see you perform, and I always see you be very charismatic and very alive in what you do, and I see you be very passionate.
What does that have to do with an interview?
But it's different because I get to see you outside of on the stage. I get to see you like sitting down and being calm and just being you at this moment, and I don't get to see you like being on stage and hyping the crowd up and singing the national anthem and saying fuck that job. I know you don't sing the national anthem. I'm saying I don't see you in that setting.
Right.
Of you being in that moment of hearing the national anthem, coming on stage and
Sure, why not?
doing all those good things. Don't make this. And Mr. Coop. And so I guess I'm gonna get into these questions. I usually just like to kind of start as just me bullshitting and talking. So y'all are also known as Paid In America.
We are paid in America.
Right. You are Paid In America.
Paid in America.
But for those who don't know, kind of the switcheroo. I feel like you always tag team together. This y'all team. Y'all are a team. And I just want to know, like, kind of how you came up with Paid In America, what it means to you now versus when you created it over a year ago, and where you see Paid In America going now and forward.
Well, like Coop and I had we had an idea to do a project together probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and we started working, coming up with some ideas, and I'd say somewhere like midway through the project, it was like, what are we gonna call this? So the album actually it started off as an album title, and then evolved into, actually we should just call ourselves Paid In America.
Because I was gonna say, like, I feel like that was the album, and then it kind of became like this is y'all's, like, we're just Paid In America.
Pretty much, but we had a couple of different names.
I'm just curious, what were the names?
The only one that I'll give y'all is Made In America, because we might use the other one for something else. But you know, Jay-Z already has a festival called Made In America. Right. So we kind of left that alone, and then it was Paid In America with the C. And then I started, searching and checking the hashtags and all of this stuff. And then it was like, man, that's, everybody using that hashtag. So then we went with 3Ks, and it was like, yeah, that's dope. I think Coop suggested 3Ks or something like that.
Okay.
And then it was like, might as well go for it. And yeah, what was your other question?
Where do you see it? I guess versus what you named it then, and then I guess what you named. What is the meaning? What is the difference of the meaning to you then and now?
Yeah, I mean we actually planned all of this. Like it might seem like it's new to some people, but from the day that we said we were gonna say Paid In America, we planned this all out. Paid In America is really like a lifestyle.
And it came out in March 3rd, 2017. So I feel like you all had a really good, just with the track list and the songs on it, I feel like you guys had a really good definition of what you wanted, or you especially wanted the album to be way ahead of time. So for you, the same question, and then with the songs that you kind of came up with, how were you able to still resonate a feeling that's still prominent today?
What do you mean?
So like all the things that you kind of speak about as far as being paid in America, everybody looks at it and then it's this thing of, oh, they just initially see Donald Trump on there, and then it once you dive into the album, it becomes something more than just it becomes way less about Donald Trump and more.
Well, it's not about Donald Trump at all. It's just, I mean, Donald Trump is the face
Right.
of America right now.
But it becomes more into of you and yourself and how to motivate
Well,
yourself
that's
to be
what,
paid in
well,
America.
well, in some ways, yeah. But if you listen to the album, it's a lot more than that.
It's way different.
But even with the picture, it's like, this is not what the album is about. Like, don't look at the picture and think, oh, they made an album about Donald Trump. Like, no. I mean, you just gotta listen. There's a lot of different stuff on there, and it's just my daily feelings. Some days I feel like this, and some days I feel like that. Basically, I just got to having conversations with people, and just hearing what they would say about why they do what they do and where they see themselves going and why they don't do this and why they don't do that, and it's like, okay, I know what I want to talk about now. You know what I mean? And like when I'm putting stuff together, it's kind of like, okay, where am I going? How are we gonna do this? What direction? And really just talking to people, that helps out a lot. Because when you ask somebody, what do you do? And they kind of look at you like, what do you mean what I do? Like, what do you do? Like,
Right.
oh, I don't do nothing. Like,
Outside of your 9 to 5,
like
what the fuck do you do?
I go to work, or
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody, and this girl, she told me, she was like, oh, don't talk to me about no dreams. I gave up on that a long time ago. I was like, damn. It kind of hurt.
I was gonna say, does it not discourage you, but does it kind of make you like,
no, it don't.
no, not discourage you, but does it make you kind of feel like this is why I do it?
Yeah, in some ways. In a lot of ways, just to really show a lot of my peers, it can be done.
Right.
And, at the same time, it's like, I don't know, people get comfortable or they fall into a rut and they don't know what to do or
Right.
know where to go. But,
I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite things from you that even how I know you and how we met is just about it's okay to start over. And even at work when I talk to a couple of my peers, it's always like, well, I don't know, like, I know I can do this, but I'm still scared.
But
and
I
I'm
don't
like,
think people do though. It's like a lot of times people think they want to do something, and a lot of times when I don't know, it's like you got to put that work in, and
Right.
When it comes to actually putting the work in, it's like, oh shit, like
It get real.
like it get real, like that workload get heavy, and it's like when you realize what really needs to be done, is like, you gotta make sacrifice. You gotta give up a lot. Like you can't
do everything you think you want.
It's no more getting off work and going home and sitting down on the couch.
I want to kind of continue to just kind of get to know you guys a little bit better because.
I'm sorry, I'm just showing off.
Oh no, it's cool. I was actually gonna ask for a cup of tea,
Oh, we
but
don't.
I didn't. I was
This
like,
ain't Erica Badu house, girl.
Yeah, we don't have any.
you're right. It's the XO effect, and if I want a cup of tea, I feel like I want a cup of tea.
I feel you. Next time
In
you
the
drink
Paid In
tea,
AmeriKKKa mug.
we done. That's all I need.
If I want a cup of tea with a little shot of Jack in it.
Yeah, do your thing.
Like I should definitely want some Jack for the lightweights over this way.
Yeah.
But while we into it, I've always been interested in the producer side of things. I know you've been very instrumental in a lot of people's their background. You are the voice of the underground, and you just finished up for the 2017 Den Fest, the first annual Den Fest. Because I'm sure there will be more.
It will.
Which was very exciting. I got a chance to host. Shout out to Keaton. But it was really fun. I had a really good time. And I guess for me, just being, I guess just a host, it was very exciting to see you put all these people together under one roof. And, you know, really seeing how it's more than just a voice. Like, you're like a movement of underground hip hop. You do a lot. You do the Good Hennessy show. You have the Straight Out the Den podcast. And I think just kind of seeing you work and move, and even just seeing how, you know, you were saying, well, I was being a creeper. One of your Facebook posts in like 2007, you wanted to quit altogether. One of your artists signed, and you were like, fuck it. And I just want to know, like, you know, you always kind of see things ahead of time, and you just don't know how to get there. You know where you're gonna. How were you able to kind of still push yourself throughout that time, and then to see where you are now? You know, where do you see yourself going in the future?
Right. So, like, to answer your question directly, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was like 2000, maybe 6 or 7, but it was an artist that I was working with. And I mean, like any artist I work with, what I have belongs to you. So all of my resources are your resources, you know. And I'm like that with anybody that I work with. But, you know, me and this artist, man, we had did so much work that we got the attention of an indie label. And for me, I've always been a historian, and I studied the game. And like, I knew an indie label only meant that somebody that had essentially a better studio than what I had. Honestly, it was like, you know, some dudes who had a little money, and they threw a little money at this guy, you know, his face, and he took the bait. And he took the bait without even consulting with me, and it was, you know, it was honestly no other way to put it. It was a slap in the face, because it was like, dude, everything that you have to do, like, you know. And so me and this guy, we had a situation where, you know, in one night it went from, yeah, man, let's do this, until like, oh yeah, man, I signed this deal.
So you had a musical situationship.
Yeah, definitely. And just out of nowhere, it was just like, yeah, man, I signed this deal, and he just started throwing stuff at me that, like, what we about to start doing. They just want you to sign off on all the music, and for somebody that's green, they might not look at that as no. It's like, all right, send me the contract, because first off, you're already wrong. But I looked at it, and it was basically me signing off everything like I was a work for hire, and they wanted to give me like 5% of all the music that we've done. And I was just like, bro, that doesn't make sense for me. You're basically cutting me out of the deal. They want me to sign off on all of these records, so they can basically say like, that guy just kind of like, he helped. Yeah. And I wasn't gonna get
you was a work for rent, basically.
Yeah, it was a work for hire situation, and I told him, no, I'm not gonna do that. Then all of a sudden, you know, he just kind of whatever. But that situation kind of put me in a position to where it came after I had been running this placement game. So for those that don't know, it's like you create these records, you work with songwriters, and then you submit them, and then you just wait for somebody to call you back and be like, yeah, we like this record, we're gonna pay you this. And truthfully, it never worked for me. It never worked. I was just, you know, making a bunch of records that I didn't like. And so I really just got frustrated with the music industry. So I sat down, and like, this was probably like 2010, 2011. And I was just like, man, I'm just gonna focus on podcasting, and kind of started that. And long story short, all of this stuff became Straight Out the Den, like what it is now. And just working, and I decided when I went back to production, I'm only going to work with artists who I really want to work with. Tired of running behind people. And I was like, I'm just going to take matters in my own hands. And that's what I did when I created the website and the podcast and everything. And the music just kind of came back. You know what I mean? Artists just started like, man, like, let's work. And it ended up being artists who I genuinely wanted to work with. And yeah.
So with that being said, one of the artists that you genuinely love to work with is Coop over here.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys have a really good chemistry going. I know you do a lot of work for a lot of artists, but I feel like Coop in particular, you host a different respect level, and it's a different passion and love for what he does in particular. I feel like you relate to it a lot. I feel like you guys have a very open-minded, respectful relationship, and then on top of that, he just creates dope shit that you can fuck with.
Yeah, I mean
So-
that's it in a nutshell. Like, I think when I met Coop, what was 2010, 2011, met him on Twitter. I fronted on him because he sent me a link to a mixtape that I took forever to
You
listen
fronted
to.
on him?
I did. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I fronted on him, but you got to think at the time I was running a website.
Well, everybody was seeing you like, hey, hit the link in my bio.
Yeah. Hey, check this out, man. I got something dope. And he probably just caught me on the wrong day in some kind of way. I got back around to it. Yeah. And when I heard it, I hit him up immediately and said, "Yo, I apologize, bro."
Okay. That's good. You did. You did justice.
I told him the truth. I was like, "Yo, I slept on you, bro."
Cause
I told him.
Yeah, dude.
I told him. I was like, man, like, and asked him, like, how can we work together?
Right.
And within the week, I was at his apartment in Riverdale, and I walked in there, and it was like,
You was on the south side?
yeah, I was on the south side.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Let me
Who all?
find
I'm
out.
trying to think who else was there. It was a lot of people there that
I
night.
think it was me, Biv, and Keith.
Yeah. Keith was there. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
and we started working on what was Pimp Type Player.
Oh, speaking of which, great segue.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna know that.
Nah, it's
What's wrong with your fingers?
Listen. Anyway, speaking of segues, fuck off. Okay, fuck off. Into Pimp Type Player. We get into J. Coop, and so kind of the same question. I know at one point you wanted to give up on music, and you went and bought all the equipment, and you just started recording. So I want to know what that transition was like for you, realizing that you really wanted to do it, and then what that means to you now. What is the difference between then and now, and what's the story behind that?
Well, I didn't really want to quit, but shit, life was falling down, and I had to do something. So I went to the military, and shit. While I was in there, I was like, fuck, I might, I went in there part time, and then when I was in there, I was like, I was thinking about going full time just for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I figured I could do this, and I'll be straight on my feet, but that didn't really pan out. So shit, I volunteered for a deployment to Afghanistan, and like less than a year after basic training, I'm in Afghanistan.
So you were still part-time in the military.
What you mean?
You were saying that you were part-time in the military, and then you volunteered to go overseas.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were already, the unit that I was in, they were already going, and
Gotcha.
I was like, yo, let me go,
Okay.
so shit, I was able to go. This was like, when that basic in February 2012, I was in Afghanistan in like March of 2013. So, shit, I was just out there,
Gotcha.
in the desert, in the war.
Just out there.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Why?
Because you was getting paid in America.
Shit. But yeah. Can't. But yeah, I was in Afghanistan in 2013. I came back to United States, and I was staying in South Carolina. Stayed out there for like, I don't know, I was out there like 6-7 months. Wasn't doing shit. I was in school. I was going to school to be a teacher, and was taking classes. I had a work study, and I had no friends.
So why you sound like the ultimate loner, nigga? I had no friends. I was just going to school.
No friends. No, all my friends were back in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I was kind of removed from music, but it was like, I still want to be a part of this some way. So I would I don't know what the hell Bill was. I don't think Bill was really rapping at the time. I remember I used to find beats, and I would send him the truth, and Truth would just record songs. And, you know, we was putting the album. You know,
Shout out to Drew for being our camera guy right now. Hey, Truth.
I was like, kind of like executive producer Truth album. You know, I was just finding beats and whatever I figured Truth would sound good on, and I sent him the beats, and he'll record on them. And I would, I had a Cadillac at the time, and you know, I would be in Atlanta like every weekend, and I remember I drove here.
You mean Atlanta on the south side is the difference?
And my mama still stays out there.
You trying to make sure.
We'll be in the city.
You know, niggas be false claiming. Just be trying to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you was on the south side.
Right. But yeah, we was, you know, I was coming back, you know, remember I was able to set up a show for them. Mm-hmm. I came to see them perform, you know, I came to see them perform. And I remember we was working on a song. I was trying to get them to work on some songs, and Bibb didn't want to write a verse to a song one day. I was like, alright, fuck it, I'll write a verse. I said, I told True, I said, I just do it to do it. And so I wrote the verse, and shit, what was that? I think that was about business. And you know, it just kind of started back from there. I remember, I don't know if I asked Good to send me some beats or what, but.
Is this after or before he fronted on you?
Oh no, this
No.
we were already like.
That was already cool.
Yeah, no, we did
okay.
Pimp Type Player. I produced some Pimp Type
I
Player.
had to say Pimp Type Player. That was 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
We talking about 2014 at this point.
Okay.
I do remember Coop specifically like coming to the crib when I think, like I said, he was working on some stuff for Truth, and Coop was like, "Yeah, man, I'm done." I looked, I was like, "You done?" He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm not rapping anymore." I was like, "Hey, man, as a man," I gave him some politically correct. I'm like, "Look, as a man, you gotta do what you gotta do, but like, bro, when you're ready, just let me know." Type
right.
Yeah, and yeah, that was
2014. I think at the end of June, I was back in that. I moved back to Atlanta, and shit, really just we started back from there. I remember Good. He had the show at Pag Lounge. We were going there and perform, and yeah, I was back to record. Like I went to Guitar Center. And,
Gotcha.
no, I had Chris Rogers build me a computer.
You got money.
Build a computer?
Good.
Build a thing with probably like parts. And he didn't charge me to
Just had to buy the parts.
I just had to buy the parts. Parts was like $500 for everything, for a decent tower. I mean,
that's that Paid In AmeriKKKa money.
for a tower, a decent tower.
Yeah.
So got that, and went to Guitar Center and got my mic and all the other stuff, and shit. From there we just been moving. Started working on Good Day Atlanta, and
which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, right.
It is. No, seriously, it is.
What's your favorite song?
Ooh, Call Out.
Oh!
No, time out. No, it's the interlude. The interlude with Kai Ocean.
Or just Kai.
Kai. That interlude is my shit. Cause I be trying to tell this nigga all the time. I be trying to tell him.
Truth was on there too.
It was pretty dope. I really like. That's legit one of my favorite. One of my favorite albums by you. It's probably good.
You still didn't tell me a song. I mean, what song?
Because I'm terrible with names. You need to pull a name.
Don't say I'm rich either.
What song?
No, it's not I'm Rich. It's
song
definitely not I'm Rich.
Who's? How did it go?
I'm terrible. Hold on. Shit. In the very beginning, she's talking shit.
I ain't talking about the interlude. I'm talking about a song.
I'm talking about the interlude. That's my favorite. The interlude is my favorite shit.
What song did you like from your favorite, one of your favorite albums?
Welcome to Atlanta, babe.
Ah, shit, that's so fake.
I like that song. Cause when I wake up in the morning, I like that song.
It make you feel.
If you feel like.
You want to know a fun fact?
I feel like Welcome to Atlanta. I feel like that's my shit. When I wake up, that's exactly how I feel.
Fun fact.
What's a fun fact?
I mixed the album.
You what?
I mixed the album.
That's a really fun fact.
Mixed and mastered the album.
So you mixed and mastered Good Day Atlanta.
I did. I produced a couple of songs in it too. I'm rich.
What about Pimp Like Play?
I mixed like, I mean, did I mix on that? I think I mixed some.
So first of all, my favorite song on Pimp Like Play is Caddy Music.
Okay. I
That's
think
just
that
my
was
shit.
Introspect, right?
Chris mixed that.
Yeah, I produced on Pimp Type Play.
Okay, but that was my shit.
Yeah, Cadillac Music.
Caddy Music is my shit. That I can tell you. That's
Southside.
my shit.
Man, I love that album though. Pimp Type Player.
It was classic. It was
I remember.
I'll say classic.
I mean, if you wanna, if you ever go back and be like, yeah, like I listen to J. Coop and Paid In AmeriKKKa, you're gonna be like, well, what was his mixtape? It was his first album. You're gonna be like, Pimp Type Play It. That's exactly what you're gonna go to.
You gonna release that on iTunes?
I feel like you should. Okay, so first of all, I'm still mad that he took Breakfast with Coop off. I'm mad about that.
It's on SoundCloud.
She listen to Apple Music.
I'm on some Apple Music
Listen
shit,
to
and I like Breakfast with Coop. And when I was mad that I couldn't play it in my Coop cycle, I ain't got Breakfast with Coop. But anyway, I digress. So back to the Pimp Type Player, because you guys have been obviously working together since then.
Mm-hmm.
Just I've kind of sat in on your creative process on how things work, and just kind of sitting in and watching you, kind of create something and telling him to listen to something, and you going in and kind of catching the vibe and then filling it out and recording. I like the vibe there, but other people aren't gonna ever get the chance to really kind of feel that. So just what is your creative process as far as going behind and producing the beat and then, giving it to him, or you listening to it and then kind of vibing on it? Like, what is that like in the studio?
Shit, I don't know. I just hit a beat, whatever I feel like, I write it.
You be on them yakking the mouse?
I don't mess with no Black and Miles no more, but
Definitely don't be on that yak.
whatever.
Yakking them out.
But shit, whatever I feel like on the beat, I just write.
Yeah.
I just write.
Mm-hmm.
And typically we create together for the most part. Like I would say probably about 80% of the time, I'm gonna make the beat right in front of Coop, get his expression. If he don't like it, I know very quick to move on.
Mm-hmm. And his face tells it all.
Yeah. But sometimes there's some beats that I might send them to him, and Coop will come up with some ideas, write some verses, and then once we get back together, we kind of go from there, build these songs as they go. But we generally have some type of idea. After maybe like 2 or 3 songs, we kind of know, like, all right,
that's it.
We know which direction.
We're going with it.
Yeah, Paid In AmeriKKKa didn't become Paid In AmeriKKKa till Devil Wears Green was recorded. And then we was like, no, we gotta go somewhere. Because it was gonna be like a summer feeling project.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, songs that didn't make the official album. With some of the things that we recorded. And it was like, no, after Devil Wears Green, it was like, oh, this is cinematic. We gotta take this to a whole nother level.
Right.
That record was just crazy.
And speaking of Paid In AmeriKKKa, like my favorite song of theirs is Heavy Hearted. That's just my shit. Just because I'm very fucking sensitive. Mm-hmm. And I like things that really can fuck off. I really like things that can really touch me I like things that can move me, honestly.
Right.
And that song in particular, I feel like anybody can relate to, but more so just what you poured out of that song emotionally. I don't care who you lost. If you lost a dog or a pet hamster to, your grandfather or a parent or anything, like it still moves you. And I think, for me, that song is really kind of the staple of it, against the the Tupac and Guaps and the other songs that are on there. It makes that balance of, we're here in America and we're getting paid, but at the same time, like, I'm still human and I still have to deal with these real ass life moments that happen to me. And I think you did it, well, both of you guys, but most of you creatively and actually getting that out into words, you did a really good job at balancing that out. So with that being said, you all did a lot over the summer. You guys went to a shit ton of
We
places.
did a lot this whole year.
Well, I mean to say over the year, but you guys did a lot over the year. You guys went to a couple of places I'm a little jealous of. Y'all went to New York, which I'm a little jealous about. Y'all went to New Orleans a couple of times, Savannah, Augusta, Mobile, Alabama. So
Louisville.
yeah, y'all went a lot. Kentucky. It didn't bring me back no food at all. It's totally cool.
We went to St. Louis too. Kansas
We did
City.
go to
You just
St.
gonna keep rubbing them in?
Ain't stop.
Ain't bring me no barbecue?
We did. We did get some. We did get barbecue in St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Keep rubbing it in.
No, was it? No, it was Kansas City. We got
That was
barbecue in
Kansas City. Yeah, the dude
Okay.
from my job. I told him I went to. I said, man, I went to your city. Did you get the barbecue? I said, yeah, we went and got some barbecue.
Where we go in St. Louis? St. Louis was quick.
We ate some rice. We had some.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
had fried rice in St. Louis, and they got better wings in St. Louis than they do in that. No,
That was Indianapolis. That was Indianapolis.
No, Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
You got better wings than where?
Then Atlanta.
Everywhere.
Indianapolis.
Are you?
Indianapolis
Listen.
got better.
Are you?
No.
Who are you?
Listen.
Indianapolis
I
got
had to
better
talk
wings.
about the wings when I got on stage. I got to eat that food. I said, am I high or is this just the most incredible food?
So wait, what the fuck did they have on these wings for y'all to
It's
tell
called,
aliens?
Yeah,
They
it was
got better
lemon pepper wings. It was J.
It was just lemon pepper
It
wings.
wasn't JJ's.
No,
Was
no. It was something started with a J.
It wasn't JJ's.
Jordans.
Yeah.
Jordans
In St. Louis?
No, Indianapolis.
Oh, in Indianapolis.
They got
okay.
the best wings
Well, can
in
you
the
give
world.
them a shout out so everybody can know
Shout
to
out
go
to
there?
Jordans in Indianapolis, and they had was at St. Louis. We had fried rice,
I don't believe it till I see it.
with crab ragout,
Till I taste it.
and that was good there.
You had what?
Fried rice,
Crab
chicken
ragout.
wing, crab ragout.
And you concur with this, right?
I'm telling you, I think we ate good on tour. That's one thing we do.
I'm not gonna lie. I was
We
watching
good on
y'all
tour.
snaps, y'all Insta snaps and,
Yeah.
and stories, and I was very jealous.
We eat good on tour.
I was just like, they ain't gonna bring a nigga back no food.
Because
Like,
you can't eat junk when you're on the road. Because if you eat junk on the road,
no, and you were doing what was it? No
no fries
on tour.
And then nobody want to join me, man. I was by
But
myself.
you didn't have any fries on tour. Was that
no.
like a goal?
Yeah,
Was this
I
like
did.
a thing you were trying to do? Or
Yeah,
was
it was personal because
Okay.
I didn't want to have fries. Because fries is like,
It is like.
it's like just
It's a go-to.
it's the go-to where you be like, oh, I'm eating good, and then you eat fries, and you realize you've had
I'm
like,
not really eating good.
yeah. But we had a discrepancy where we had potatoes, and it was like, yo, that's the same thing.
It is the same thing. You
Same
just
thing,
fry
fried.
or bacon.
No, but I had like hash browns, and it was like
It's
the
the
same
same
thing.
shit.
So
I thought it was like potatoes that was fried.
yeah, it was like
Call it
home
home
fries.
fries.
Home
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Right,
It's just
right,
as
right.
bad as potatoes. I mean, as French fries.
Yeah, so I did that at IHOP, I think, one day.
Yeah.
You had home fries?
What was that? That was
Tallahassee.
Oh, with the red potatoes and shit.
It was in
Okay.
Tallahassee.
They got like.
Appalachia.
Appalachian. What you laughing at?
These are just
Cause y'all-
tour stories.
She don't even understand.
I'm laughing
Yeah,
because
you had-
he still
you had
had
to do
fries.
that.
I'm laughing
I
because he
did.
still had
I
fries.
did. So it was hashtag no fries on tour stuff for Tallahassee.
So what was the I guess for you all the best place that you guys toured over the year?
This year. Okay, when you say the best, how do you
I mean,
quantify
as
that?
far as all right, I guess
'Cause we got,
I should get a grade book, right? So
Like
I guess the
food?
crowd when you got I'm
Okay.
strictly going based off you guys performing, and then we'll get to the food
Okay.
last because y'all already said St. Louisville, so I kind of don't feel like I can get to that. But as far as like
Best crowd?
crowd and atmosphere, and then the actual space itself.
I say probably Indianapolis.
That
That
was
one
pretty
fucking
tight.
win, cause y'all had the
Savannah
best
was pretty
fucking-
fun the first time.
Yeah, the first time
Best fucking
Savannah
music.
was great. The second time was
And you were at the Handlebar, correct?
no, Savannah we were in
That's a
World of Beer.
Tallahassee.
Sorry, I can't keep up with you guys. It's like y'all
No, it's
always
cool.
everywhere.
I think the best overall like crowd. Indianapolis, we were in a sold out space
Yeah.
Okay.
in Indianapolis.
Oh, y'all selling out shows. Ooh, they got money. Let me get $12. I didn't need 20.
Where's the other place at though? 'Cause it was one show that was crazy. It was a lot of energy when we got off stage.
Atlanta was pretty good.
Atlanta at 529 was dope. 529 was real dope.
Not the basement.
Yeah, 529.
By the basement.
I remember that night.
I like
Yeah.
529.
We had a dope show. It was the crowd probably the biggest crowd was in St. Louis. Being realistic,
St.
Okay.
Louis?
was the biggest crowd.
Really?
We performed at a festival, but it was kind of awkward though, because we were like,
Okay, so I guess one of my favorite moments from you guys was watching you guys perform in Mobile, Alabama. I actually have family down there. I have roots down there. My grandmother, she did a lot with Africa Town. I actually have like a long distant cousin that is the actual mayor. And it was actually really cool, like seeing you perform outside.
Oh, you talking about that street?
When you were on Dolphin Street.
That might have been more people in St. Louis.
I think that was, for me aesthetically, that was fucking dope.
no, that was crazy because
That was unorthodox.
it was like unorthodox.
Yeah, I mean the backstory behind it, like
Unplanned.
how you were
Crazy.
telling. Well, can you just kind of, for the people that don't know, kind of give me a backstory on how that whole aesthetic came about? Because I really liked it.
Basically, the promoter, he didn't really acquire the space, and we had to talk to some people to make do.
Pretty much.
And that's just
Basically.
how it came out. But it's really dope. If y'all haven't checked it out, it's on their page.
Just go to our website.
I was about to say.
PaidInAmeriKKKa.com.
3K.
Damn, he didn't let me get the plug in, my guy. Like, if y'all go to Paid in America, Paid in America.
3Ks, no C.
As Coop likes to say, with the 3 Ks. Y'all can check out all of these things. And what do you guys have coming forward for 2018? I know you're working on a new project.
Relax.
We're working on some things.
They're working
We'll
on
say
some
that.
shit.
2018.
Do I need to be on this album?
2018. Fun fact, Chiane is on Paid in America. You just got to figure out which track she on.
It's not that hard. Maybe it is.
Oh,
I haven't had anybody be like, yo. So I'm kind of glad because that track always freaks me out.
That was crazy.
Yeah, to say the least. But anyway, before we end, I just want to kind of get some 2018 affirmations from you guys. So what are some of the affirmations that you're claiming?
Definitely.
Besides the ones that are on your fucking t-shirt.
Definitely quit my job this year.
AKA fuck that job.
Well, actually, when I say fuck that job, I'm not. Don't go out and just quit your job, okay?
No, I mean you should, by all means. If that's how you feel.
Don't just quit, especially if you got bills and shit. Don't just quit your job.
If you got other things going on.
Make a plan and put that plan in motion. And once you put that plan in motion, you keep it moving and never see the red light. And once you put yourself in a position to quit the job, quit it. When I say fuck that job, it's like it's just a job. Fuck it. You
can get another one.
If
it came down to it.
Or just really just
Yeah.
fuck it. It's just a job. That's what it is.
Don't let that be your life.
Right.
Give your passion the same 40 hours that you get at job every week.
That same 100%. Keep that same energy, fam. Keep that same energy.
I'm not saying I know it's not gonna be easy, but if you want it,
You gonna find a way to get it.
Definitely. 2018 affirmation. My beard's still better than Coop's.
man, I've been growing.
Yo,
What has it been like?
there's so much Florida sunshine
Oh, man.
and so many Florida trees out right now.
Bro,
It's been like
It's beyond
It's been like
ridiculous.
3 months.
do you see it?
There's so much shade, fam.
Look, I shaved my beard. I
Wait,
trimmed
where's
my
the
beard.
pic? Where's the pic that you?
I don't even want her to work.
Oh.
That's the
Oh.
pick that Coop got to get to. He haven't got. He's still using the comb. We talking about real big boy stuff over here. When you gotta wash your beard, condition your beard, then make sure
When you gotta do a natural hair treatment on your
I
beard,
do all
is
that.
when you live.
I
son.
do all that.
Is when you live.
We'll see.
Do you need some tips? Or do you need some
No,
tips?
look over there.
Do you need some tips?
Yeah.
It's flourishing right now.
What is flourishing?
This natural hair.
Your kid look.
Shout out to Kid, because she made me want to do it. But stars on it. So I first got introduced into J. Coop at the at the department store.
2015.
That was
This
it was. No, it was 2015 in December. He was performing. It was my very first time hosting outside of my show that I was doing called On the Record, and I was just really. He likes to say I didn't notice him, but I seen him on stage. But at the time, it was the first time I had hosted, so I couldn't really be attentive to what was going on stage. I was kind of like moving back and forth, who was gonna go next, and all those things. But the next time I seen him was at Wonder Root.
She was at our first
Wonder Root?
Yeah, was that the first Wonder Root show?
Was it Get Funked Up? Was that the first one?
Yeah.
Was that the first one?
Or Tacos and Tequila?
Get Funked Up was you definitely weren't there because you were eating pizza all night.
But I was at.
You were eating pizza.
So yeah, that had to be Get Funked Up. Get Funked Up.
As anyone knows, my favorite food is fucking
She was
pizza.
eating Little Caesars, bro.
He was eating that shit too.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, the fuck he was.
She was eating Little
Do not let him lie to
She
you.
was eating Little Caesars.
He was eating that shit too. Don't let him lie to you.
No,
Anyway,
no.
so the first time I actually had a chance to really experience the whole J. Coop thing, I was at Wonder Root. And I was just like, his energy on stage was really, really, really just fucking phenomenal. I had a really good time. I felt like I was the only person there, just really paying attention and catching everything he was throwing at me. And then, of course, like fat girl that I am, I had to go get some pizza, which was really late because it was Little Caesars at the time. Anyway, so I've known, and then we started doing the Wednesdays at, let me catch the name.
She don't know.
Can't catch the name of the spot.
I can't remember.
I don't remember the name. It was up top. But it was like, wasn't it Glow Wednesdays or Soul Glow? It was Soul Glow. The Soul Glow Wednesdays, we started doing Soul Glow Wednesdays. And Coop had reached out to me and was like, he wanted me to host. And from there on, we just kind of just been vibing ever since. They really been very instrumental in my career as a hostess and a personality. They just, to be honest, they really kept me motivated, and if anything, they taught me to fuck my job, and that it's okay to start over, and that as long as you have the right people behind you, anything is possible. And I truly thank them for that, and I really want to thank you guys for being my first episode, and I can't express that enough, and I hope to continue and be able to interview you guys a lot more in the future, you know, if y'all just still fuck with me, you know, if you don't get all Hollywood.
Yeah, man.
Like this guy over here, I be like, you know, I be like, I follow your Instagram, he be like, okay. I'm like, yo! I was like, alright, cool, well, I mean,
Yeah, I'm definitely about to get real Hollywood.
He's definitely about to get real Hollywood. He's probably gonna delete my number
Real
and
Hollywood.
everything, so it's cool, like,
That's
good still fucking with me.
No, I don't have time for Hollywood, man.
Just be, if you don't take nothing from this, just be a real nigga. Don't be over here on this
About to
side.
get real Hollywood with some folks.
My number. He gonna be like, new phone, who this? New wife, who this? I'm like, word.
Him with that same number.
Ain't even gonna get
Right.
Ain't even gonna get a text back.
Oh man.
I don't know
Ain't
if
nothing back. It took me months, bro. But I'm here now, and it's cool. It's cool. But thank you guys for tuning in to the XO podcast. I hope to be seeing you guys soon. Shout out to Truth Hayes for being in the background doing my little digitality work. Being an exec. Digitality.
I'm
I
just
made
like
that
on my
word
merch game right now.
Oh yeah, so first of all, I want to make this shameless plug. So we got Paid In AmeriKKKa phone cases, mugs. Show them the other side though. Show them the other side. Show them that Krima hat.
Well,
You
y'all
gotta
can
show
see
them the
that.
Krima hat.
Y'all can see that.
We getting paid in America.
You can get a Don't Get Tired cup too, but that's in the kitchen. It's in the dishwasher right
Yeah, don't get tired, get paid.
Yeah.
Don't get tired, get paid. But thank you guys again. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for vibing out with me. Again, my name is Chiane. I go by the name of Chiane XO, and y'all have a good evening or a good day, because I don't know when I'm gonna drop this yet. Just have a good day. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to the very first episode of the XO Effect featuring Paid in America. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out their website, paidinamerika.com, copy some new merch, and check out their new video, Devil Wears Green, that just dropped on Monday, January 28th. There's a little fun fact in there. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share this YouTube channel, and I will see you all next week.